Today I want to go over some gravel racing tips that I have learned the hard way, that I am actually lucky enough to have footage of learning the hard way. The race we're going to be going over is Melting Mann 2025.
They're shooting race media with the Yeti and I'm just having none of it. They got me hand on the heart for the national anthem, and for this being my second gravel race ever, I am absolutely terrified for what's about to happen. Anyway, we get off and running. I struggle to clip in as always. First turn, I make a mistake of pedaling into a corner. I make the turn to the first gravel sector here, and I just absolutely almost eat it.
Looking back, I can understand that with the adrenaline pumping and with everything going on, my nerves were through the roof. I understand why that happened. Just because it's a race does not mean your tactics and strategy just goes out the window. It does not what that means.
I showed up to this race to blow up, so I was going to hang on to the front group for as long as I could.
See? Proof. I was hanging in there.
I just wish I could sit up here and say that the blow up was coming at least later in the race. So a couple of riders go up the road and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to try to make the gap. I want to be in that break. And I go full gas to try to catch them. And then there I am, dropped 5 miles into a gravel race. That is like impressive.
Next lesson. Respect your opponents. I did no research on who I was racing because I didn't want to psych myself out. But to think that I could just make that gap, without knowing my competition, is kind of stupid in hindsight. So I did deserve to get sent back down to reality there.
So we're about halfway through the race at mile 25. Now, obviously, the front group was long gone, but I caught on to another group, and we kind of worked together nicely, kind of got the pace back up.
Another thing that's kind of interesting is it gets a little quiet out there sometimes. It's not like what you see on the Tour de France where there's fans lining the road. You're out there suffering in the middle of nowhere and nobody's watching. It's kind of funny.
Then for some reason at mile 40, just my luck, my Garmin dies. So I am not prepared for this turn at all. I think we're going straight. The guy in red makes the turn and I just eat it. I fell.
I don't think there is a more embarrassing way to start the season than what I did. And I just want it to be known that it's okay to fail. And I've come back from this. But nobody told me these rules. Nobody explained this stuff to me.
I let my guard down for 1 second and crashed. It's kind of what happened.
Soon after that crash, you saw the picture. I was a little bloodied. I realized I'm really hungry. I had one gel. I had one 50 gram carb gel. That's it. And I was starving.
So what ended up happening when I crossed the finish line, finally, was my body just shut down from the effort, from the aero position, from racing, from the crash, and from no food. So I absolutely just was cooked. This medal of participation is what I posted on the internet, but this is not, in fact, how the event went.
Mental fatigue is real. And I crashed because of mental fatigue, and I let my mindset slip for a little bit, thinking about other things, and I wasn't thinking about my line or anything, and I crashed. So that is on me. Mental fatigue of a race is 100% a real thing. You need to stay locked in for the whole race.
So now let's get into results. 58 mile open, I finished 6th in my age group. And drum roll please, 19th overall. Woo!
The result was what it is, but for my second race ever and the experience and the lessons, the hard lessons I learned are going to benefit me in the long run a lot more than a better result, I think.
This is my Strava map and you can see where my Garmin malfunctioned. Again, just want to emphasize 3 hours of moving time on no food, basically.
That race humbled me in a way that was really good for me, and I am excited to go back this year and give it my best shot. Hopefully I can do better than 19th. I hope I do, but, who knows. So if you are new to gravel racing, like I was at the time, please learn from these lessons because I think there's a lot to be learned from, and there's a lot of time that can be made up in these races by better tactics, not being mentally fatigued, eating, proper nutrition. There are ways that shave precious seconds off your time. Anyway, please learn from my mistakes, and if you liked the video, please like the video, and if you could subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. Thank you all.